My district has too much drillers. Like who wants it? Like who wants war with Sydney's realers? They talk that talk on gas, but them boys they ain't.
Yeah, in bed with twists and turns. I check my day and see I'm free lad. I got the body invite all the Aussie freaks. I love my brothers, my
This is the future of Australian hip-hop, right here.
I'd say there's no way there'll be a performance here in New South Wales, and I'll do everything I can to stop it.
Yeah, I grew up in Mary, that's home in the brain. That's home in the brain. We at war with the cops like backs, but this ain't home in the way.
OneFour all grew up in Mount Druitt, have Pacific Islander backgrounds, and got to know each other through the Mormon church in Hebersham, the next suburb over. The first OneFour track to go viral, The Message, opens with a prison phone call from Selly. Selly is one of the original members of OneFour. JM's is the most extroverted member. He's known for rocking the ponytail.
JM, I'm a OneFour veteran, boss on my hood cause I back my section.
His younger brother is YP, who often has the grittiest lyrics.
Call me YP, aka that dipper. Young boss on my hood and like my brother's lad, I've been itching to squeeze that trigger.
Benny stands out in the group because his higher voice cuts through on their music.
I know that they know that Spenny's about to blow. All of my dubs coming in the road, but I'm still writing raps on my rack and phone.
And Lex, known for his intricate flow.
We twist up while them boys just dancing. Strictly shivering, shanking. Push that sword like captain, step on deck and plank him too much.
Drill music comes out of Chicago in the early 2010s. It's a much more violent, gritty kind of hip-hop, talking about what life is like on the streets, indications with police. That starts to migrate to London. English rappers, often from public housing projects in South London, start to adopt the drill sound, and then we get Australian drill. We get those artists like Hooligan Hefs, like OneFour.
Despite their online success, OneFour have struggled to play a headline show, and the police want to keep it that way.
I'd say there's no way there'll be a performance here in New South Wales, and I'll do everything I can to stop it. I believe it incites the violence.
These guys have been banned from performing in Australia.
This is our big first show in Sydney, so it's like, it's something big, you know?
So 1, 2, 3.
We save that big hype in the middle, so our act is like hype all the way through.
Give me that country, slap that hole in the face. Cause I keep going today. Just smoke that push for the pain.
OneFour's members are being targeted by one of the country's most high-profile police strike forces. It's a strike force that usually takes down gangs in New South Wales and has put away some of Australia's most notorious bikies.
You're meant to perform your song, promote it, whatever, for the walkout for your mate that's fighting. That's not happening now.
What's the problem with that?
That's the whole problem. It's nothing to do with the song. It's the fact that you guys are here.
It's not just venues though, it's online platforms too. New South Wales Police even contacted streaming platforms asking them to pull OneFour's music.
Sleeping with the wolf, swimming with the shark, never went to school, I was at the park, plotting with the gang, learning how...
The police say it's because their music could incite violence and inflame gang tensions.
We saw an escalation of violence between the Inner West Group and the Greater West Group, and they both subscribed to two different rap groups at the time. And some of the music was about a tit for tat.
21 what, but one got knocked, ha, I guess that makes them 20.
It's these lyrics and the ongoing feud between the two gangs that are the basis for the police's concerns about public safety at OneFour shows. They claim that the shows will attract retaliation from the Inner West group and the public will get caught in the crossfire.
Decades after acts like NWA and Tupac tangled with police and the courts and fought for their right to express themselves musically, artists in Australia are grappling with law enforcement in a way that they say equates to censorship.
We did them bladers, he was screaming out for God to save him. Asked me how we family with no blood, I said we gang related.
If you've seen the movie Straight Outta Compton from 2015, which is the dramatic retelling of NWA's rise in the late 80s and early 90s.
When I'm called off, I got a sword off. Squeeze the trigger, your body's all hard off.
Your songs glamorize gangs and drugs.
Our art is a reflection of our reality.
Basically the same stuff was being debated, that these artists were making music about what it was like to grow up in a socio-economically disadvantaged part of the country, to have regular experiences of over-policing, to have first-hand experience of the prison system. And when they made art about that, conservative politicians and the police tried to stop them. We are now 35 years on from that. Our police, they're seeing a group of people who come from similar sorts of areas and backgrounds and have had similar experiences. And they're saying, the problem here is the music you're making and it's the stories that you're telling.
Give me that code to the site, smack that hole in the face. No regrets for the work I mash, cause I can go any day. Cops just want me in chains, smoke that kush for the pain. Looking back at them days in the yard like I was front line.
We start to see the violence escalate with these street gangs.
Lex, my brother, and Sally got locked up. P got 4 years, Lex got 4 years and Sally got 10. I thought, like, how are we going to be able to hold up the crew while they're gone?
They were just starting to turn their lives around, and then they're back in trouble with the police again.
In July 2018, OneFour members were arrested after a pub fight in Rooty Hill. A court found that Lex got into an argument with 2 drunk patrons over the pokies and was kicked out. Soon afterwards, he returned, with Sally and YP. All 3 were charged and pleaded guilty. The judge in the case said that the 2 drunk victims were making racial comments, perhaps extending to slurs, but that the assaults were appalling and vicious.
Woo! Here, let me hold something. The boys got kicked out, that's why they're not here, by the way.
There ain't no better feeling. They're coming home, walking through them gates, everybody got their phones. Had me in my feels when I see my little sisters. Left when she was 16, now they're both grown. Phone calls home, had me tripping on the phone. Cause they say they got you, but then leave you on your own. Phone calls home, had me tripping on the phone. Cause they say they got you. Aye. So if I say I got you, birdie, then I mean it. If I'm making money, best believe we're both eating. Don't tell me you love me.
I'm hoping they don't notice me, but I can't overthink. I do a drill and clear my conscience right before I sleep. I'm on the field.
We got one of our members that recently just got back home to us after 5 long years. So when Sally OneFour touches this stage, I'm gonna need you all to show him some love.
Despite these attempts to censor these artists or to stop them from performing, they're becoming more and more popular. They're racking up hundreds of millions of views. When authority figures, particularly the police, say that young people shouldn't listen to a kind of music, that just makes you want to listen to it even more. The way that the police are being used to target OneFour is something that has never been seen in Australia.